Hi YouTube, Mochismo Eugene. Welcome to another video from Exit Strategy. Let's be mindful of how we compliment and commend people and to what degree we commend and compliment. Because as you know, narcissists thrive on gassing other people up. Because when they gas you up, what's that contingent on is that they're going to get that back threefold. And oftentimes they're right, because to an unassuming, unawakened empath individual, we do the exact things that they are anticipating us to do. They have watched and observed us in a very, very methodical way. We're going on living life authentic and organically. We're putting one foot in front of the other. They are observing us for all the wrong reasons. While you are admiring the things that you think are good in them, which is an illusion, they are monitoring and they're marking that in their mental calendar or their mental notebook. This is what makes them behave this way. This is what makes them behave that way. If I do this, I can anticipate on them doing this. And I know that this sounds like, wow, Mochismo, that's getting deep. Who wants to walk around constantly worrying about what another person is up to? Guess what, awakened empaths and chosen ones? We don't have that problem. If you find yourself going to task on these things, being the casual observer that you should have been a long time ago before God blessed you with an awakening like he did. The rap song pops into my head. If you don't know, now you know. So, if that's the struggle that you're having and it is burdensome, as you elevate, it will become less and less burdensome. It will become second nature. I've said this in a few videos. As you elevate, educate, and stimulate your own self-awareness, don't take out prayer. Don't take out talking to the man upstairs. Connecting with God in a spiritual way. You actually can't take that out. That is the most important ingredient. If you continue to elevate, educate, and start stimulating your awareness of self, what I'm talking about doing is basically trading the illusion that the narcissist gave you for now your insight. Your insight and the intuition in which you used to argue and debate with, the intuition steps up and levels up. Your vibration levels up. All the things that are innate to you as a chosen one by your nature, spiritual nature imputed in you by God, of course. These things become cake. You're going to see things you don't even look for. You're going to be able to process things by way of deceitful people and deceptive people that walk into your space without even trying. So if you're in that place and you feel like, Machismo, I'm not going to run around doing that. I'm just going to focus on my life and forget about them. Well, you're not afforded that luxury, because guess what? These people will pop out like Kendrick Lamar talks about on the rap song. They'll pop out on you. They will pop out on you. They got time today. They will pop out on you. There is no safe place from the narcissist. There is a safe place within you as an individual that will cause the narcissist to repel you, or you to repel the narcissist. It will cause them to be disgusted by you, which they are anyway, but in a different way. Now that you've elevated and educated, and now you're being able to just concentrate on your work. When you walk on the scene, they instantly recognize by your vibration that not today, not today. I think I got invited or asked by a gentleman the other day. He was hesitant, and what I'm referring to is a track to church. And it's been years since anyone has approached me about church. That is a typical example of what I'm talking to you about the vibration and the elevation that you have. You want to know something? A secret that's really not a secret? When you are really truly walking step in step with God and His purpose that He's trying to design and tailor make for you, but it just needs your cooperation, which is where I think I'm at in my life. Do you know God affords me to where I don't get confronted with people asking me or soliciting me to come to church? And that's not to say that they are afraid of me. They are just mindful. They are aware. They are aware of a chosen one. And guess what? Most often, the ones who would normally address me and approach me, they're not chosen. They're mechanical robots that have been instructed by the powers that be to go out and do the things in which they're instructed to do. Now, am I saying these people that are approaching me with these pamphlets and whatnot are narcissists, all narcissists? No. No, that's not what I'm saying. They're not awake. They're not aware. They're truly not aware of this entity which exists in the world called narcissistic personality disorder. Most churches as a whole, they are not aware of narcissistic personality in the way that awakened chosen ones are. That's the distinct difference. Our faith in God, those of you all who are believers, Christians, Muslims, whatever you religion that you endorse or you embrace or faith you embrace, I'm here to tell you, if you awaken from narcissistic personality disorder, you are the one that God has handpicked, and He has picked you specifically and set you apart from all of that other foolishness. This is why you walk alone, you don't dance to other people's music, and you stick out like a sore thumb, and you're also ostracized, and they want no part of you. But they can't figure out why they don't want a part of you. Because you are the truth. You are the truth. You are the truth that they are mechanically, robotically resuscitating or reciting. They are reciting things that they've learned. But beyond that, there is nothing else going on. Many mean well, but meaning well does not even scratch the surface. God says obedience I would rather have than your sacrifice. They put in untold amounts of time in the churches, running around town, giving tracts away, and they think in their heart of hearts, in their mind of mind, that this is what God expects of them. Okay, in many ways, that is a byproduct of your faith. That is motivated by your faith, your raw faith and belief in God. Not the other way around. It's not motivated by somebody higher up in the church instructing you, and you're thinking by doing this you're going to please them. You're going to go back and give a report to them. Here, Master, I did X, Y, Z like you told me to. Then they'll acknowledge you in church, and you'll go up and get your plaque, and before you know it, you'll be like, You'll be like, wow, I'm going to keep doing that. Because what happens is we continually think that we are in good standings with God because we're in good standings with man. That's not the way it works. If that's the way it worked, when Christ walked the earth, He was the truth, the life, and the way. No man comes to the Father but through the Son, and He was affording them a path to get closer to the God that they said they believed in. And of course, he came in the form of a man, but he told them, "Don't look upon me with all this, you know, don't look at me with all this adoration and stuff. Listen to what I say. Don't gas me up." So he instructed. He was an instructor. He was an instructor leading them the way that they were supposed to go. Now, beyond that, they had a duty within their heart to believe in what was being told to them. So what happened? They were doing the mechanical work, but that's nothing. That was nothing going on in their heart. They was doing it for props. And so be very careful now that you're awakened. If you're trying to seek God's face and you're trying to be closer to God and you earnestly want a life that God can bless, you must take your eyes off of the man that's beside you, in front of you, behind you, the people that are gassing you up. If you're fellowshipping with people in a church, you go there for the sole reasons that you want to connect with God and you want to hear from God with no input from anybody else within your earshot. You go, you get the word, you go home, you study the word. It's going to be tough though, because between going to church and getting back home, there's going to be all kinds of distraction. And people are going to notice the light that's in you. And they're going to cut you off when you're on your way out of that church saying, "Hey, brother, you want to go and do this? We're going to do the XYZ festival, and this is for the church. We donate, and that's this." You got to be careful with those type of things, because they see your purpose. They see that you have your mind sold out on God. And that is when they come in to disrupt that thought process. They want to snatch that blessing that they see is on you. And many times it takes leaving that fellowship in order to truly, directly hear from God with no interruptions. I did it. Never been happier. Don't regret it. Don't feel sad about it. Only thing that bothers me, and I have a heavy heart for, are some of the people that are left behind within the church, to which I know, in fact, until God's timing, there is no way or nothing I can say to draw them out of that. Because a lot of times people will have to see things for themselves. And that is the sad part about being a believer and a chosen one at the same time. The chosen one who acknowledges God in his life. It is a sad thing. But so was Christ's heart. His heart was heavy for this very thing. Knowing that they had a choice. They had free will. They have free will. But that free will has to be stimulated by an undeniable devotion to God, not man. And until that time comes, there's nothing more you can do or say to bring about that change. Time has to do what time does best. That being said, bless.